Race number 5 here at Belmont Park. It is a 1,000 metre event, marked very different form lines coming into this race, but there was a last up winner that was very impressive first up.
Yeah, and a couple of other runners in this race come out of that race up the straight 5 at Pinjarra. Sharia Moore wins, Adam, but keep an eye out for Forbidden Planet and Cataplexic.
Towards the outside rail is Ruby Can Run, onto the course proper now, and Sharia Moore in front from Forbidden Planet, chasing Chaos, Cataplexic, right up against the outside rail, Tranquilla Sunrise, Border Scott, Mr. African behind those with Ruby Can Run, Tranquilla Sunrise, Sharia Moore, they're fighting it out with 150 to go from Chasing Chaos. Sharia Moore though responds, Tranquilla Sunrise keeps coming, but Sharia Moore's going to hold him. Sharia Moore.
Very nice performance there by Sharia Moore. Went into this race first up, as I mentioned, hadn't had a run since the 1st of October. Mitchell Pateman, who's in really good form, rode this galloper and just showed its class. Now Mitchell Pateman's suspended at the moment, so Aaron Mitchell takes the ride. Bit of concern if there are the soft conditions around, doesn't normally handle that, doesn't have a great record at Belmont Park, that has to be suggested as well. 27 starts for only the 1 victory, but this horse is much better than some of the stats say, even second up. It's never placed from 6 attempts, but I think he'll be there and abouts in this type of a race.
Yeah, Forbidden Planet was a good running there, and Cataplexic pulled up after the race with signs of tying up, so a worry there for Cliff Green and Connections, which doesn't fill you with confidence leading into a race such as this, where we've got some good gallopers at him, the likes of Vandemonium. We saw him not miss the start, but he was hampered at the beginning and lost 2 lengths and absolutely rocketed home in that race behind 2 Silver Trees. Pop Hero was also in that race. He'll appreciate the softer conditions at Belmont on Saturday, and those two have really live chances in the race.
Well, look at Luke's Gold. We've been talking about these Vandemonian form lines for a long time. So many gallopers have come out of the race that Vandemonian did win at Northam and put in some strong performances. So from barrier 1, if they can get away cleanly and get into that nice position, I think they'll be hard to beat. Pop Hero, as you mentioned, one that's going to appreciate the soft track, and you can't rule out number 12 here, Diamond Princess, with Lucy Warwick going on board in barrier 3. This is a horse that looked to be the winner in the Magic Millions and just struggled over the 1,200 metres, back down to 1,000, ridden quietly with the way that Lucy sits on board from barrier 3 and having one on a soft track. It's just one that you've definitely got to have in your numbers down the bottom, and I've done that as well, but I'm going to go with Vandemonian from Forbidden Planet, then Diamond Princess, and also Incredible Hulk.
You'll be glad to know we haven't forgotten about her at all. I've got her on top, Diamond Princess, number 12 from the 1 Forbidden Planet, number 7 Vandemonian, and 6 Massachusetts.
Race number 6 here at Belmont Park. It's a 78 plus event over the 1,200 metres. Some very nice gallopers in this race, but Mark, a race that really caught our eye was Gigante 2 starts ago.
Yeah, that was the Roma Cup. Adam made up good ground behind, of course, Rock Magic, beaten only 2 lengths.
Magic pulled to the outside by Noski. In the straight, Kai Perinya kicks. Military Rain sticks with her though. Durandal, and here comes Rock Magic now with his run. Kai Perinya is the leader. Rock Magic though, he's starting to gun them down quickly. Rock Magic races up. Battle Hero threads his way through, but Rock Magic's home in the Roma Cup in the Italian colours.
Very good performance there by Gigante on that occasion. I know going into the race we'll focus on horses like Rock Magic, Kai Perinya, Military Rain, these types, and Gigante was one that we probably didn't really give much of a chance to, but such a good performance, only beaten the 2.3 lengths. We've seen how those Rock Magic form lines went. Now, last start dropped back to the 1,000 metres. It's just too short for this horse. I think back up now to the 1,200 with a nice gate, the 3 kilo claim, the soft conditions. There's so many ticks for this animal.
Absolutely, Adam. If he brings that run to the races, he'll be mighty hard to beat. Just treat warily, though, because he's one of those gallopers that is sort of in limbo. We said it that day before the Roma Cup. He's not quite at group level, and he's just reached his peak at this grade. So this is a very winnable race for him. He just needs to bring that performance from the Roma Cup. Actually reminds me a lot of a galloper like Born Supremacy. Put in a bottler in the Roma Cup last year and then just hasn't been able to win at 78 plus. But I think Gigante can win here, especially the way conditions are going to be. You want to be near the speed. Taylor Stone takes 3. Looks a really live chance. Candlelight Star, Adam, for the box seat followers, has been a very, very good horse. Of course, won 4 starts ago really impressively at Ascot. Has had that month freshen up with Roy Rogers. Now knows the horse needs. The Kendall Stars seem to have an amazing turn of speed. So looking forward to seeing him return.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because, as you said, I'm with you. I think you're going to want to be in the first 2 pairs in running at Belmont Park on the weekend. And Candlelight Star's definitely not going to be there. But if there's going to be a horse that's going to turn the pattern around, it is this animal. It loves just to work into it wide. I think Ortier going on board's a nice positive book. We'll just make sure they keep riding that aggressive hands and heels and straighten up. And did win the 78 plus at 4 starts ago, as you mentioned, over the 1,200 metres. There's good good speed in this race as well, with the likes of METEOROID trying to push forward. You'd expect that Star Glue to be right there. Lenience could probably do the same. So it might be a horse that runs on strongly.
Adam, there are a few others that get conditions to suit. The likes of METEOROID, SHOWY, Chloe, Special Delivery had excuses last start. Even a horse like Spindle Wheels. But who have you got on top?
I'm going to go with our replay horse Gigante from 6 METEOROID, number 9 SHOWY Chloe, and 7 Classical Prince.
I've got number 1 on top as well, Gigante, from number 9 SHOWY Chloe, 6 METEOROID, and number 10 Special Delivery.
Race number 7 here at Belmont Park. It is the listed event, the Warroa Belmont Guineas, over the 1600 metres for the 3-year-olds, and Mark, some very nice types in front of us.
There really is a good group of 3-year-olds lining up, Adam, but one in particular at the top stands out. The reigning WA Guineas winner, Variation. Let's have a look at his run in the Belmont Sprint last start.
Calling Pinamu, cut the corner, got right up on the inside as they'd fan. 300 left to go. Scales of Justice levelled up. Now Rock Magic's into the clear around his heels quickly. He makes his move, the Rock. Rock Magic raced up to Scales of Justice going to the 100. He got a half a length on him. Rock Magic, Scales of Justice fighting back and now disposition, but Rock Magic does it again. Rock Magic.
As you mentioned, Mark, this horse certainly does stand out. What a performance that was in the Belmont Sprint. Brad Parnham was questioned about the ride on that occasion. This horse had never gone that far back. Stewards were happy with the reasons why, and from that wide barrier, from the slowish start really, it was drawn quite nice, but he was just forced to get back to find that position. Didn't want a gut-busting run through the early stages. Going to be intriguing to see what they do here, because they're drawn in barrier 12. There is some good tempo in this race. I thought that run was really good and showed that this horse has a turn of foot, but normally does sit close to the speed. Do they risk it, try and push up and get into a 3-wide line, or are they happy to drop back and think that he's got the class to run over the top?
He is the best horse in the race, and we saw in the WA Guineas, and we've seen it recently. We saw it last start, that turn of speed he possesses. We'll have to make up many lengths on the field, though, especially if they do decide to go back and ride cold. Look, I do think he is a risk with the way conditions are, but he's clearly the best horse in the race. Second best horse in the race is the Derby winner, Gatting. Now, this horse, inconclusive first up, was caught 3 wide, 1200 metres, unsuitable. They get out to 1600 metres with Mature Tierra on board. It's just a completely different animal.
And it's really hard just to get a gauge of where this horse is at. If you read the paper, this horse had a foot abscess and was going to struggle to race. You hear from other people, apparently it's fine. There's been no issues either. So we are really in limbo with this horse, as you mentioned. I'm with you. Massive forgive run first up over the 1200 metres. It was the first time Fred Kersley had hopped on. We've now seen 2 jockeys outside of Ortier ride this horse and just struggle. He is quirky. We know he wears a helmet because he bangs his head everywhere down at the stable as well. So he might just need Matthew back on board to settle. I'm not willing to rule him out in a race like this, especially with the conditions, because this horse loves a soft track.
There are a lot of runners I'm not willing to rule out, Adam, but Western Temple for me, I loved his effort first up over 1400 metres against the older horses. Of course, I was behind Helms Gate, went for home very early. Helms Gate grabbed him. Another Vaughan Sigley runner in great form at the moment, but Western Temple out to 1600 metres. There is a query on whether he'll handle the ground. Of course, if it is soft, his Dan Western Jewel definitely didn't handle the ground, but his sire Dream Ahead did win a Group 1 over 1200 metres in soft conditions in the UK in the middle stakes there. But look, Western Temple for me, the visors go on. They've just changed the gear up a little bit. I really like him from barrier 3. I think he'll be just in behind the speed, and I think he'll get a really nice run into the race. We've also got there, Adam, down the bottom, we can't forget the fillies of the race. We do have Fontainebleau, who was so impressive winning last start.
Yeah, she's going to be very hard to beat in this race as well, especially if the soft track does occur, because we saw how good her turn of foot was last start over the 1700 metres. She's one that can just track into the race nicely. I'd suggest that if Variation goes back, they may try and get the back of Fontainebleau, but I think she showed last start, although it was a midweek win, winning by 3.3 lengths, she has the class to play a big part in this race. But I'm going to go with number 1, Mark, Variation from 6 Western Temple. I'm with you. Going to be in a lovely spot, but a 4 kilo swing for losing to Variation last time they met as well. It needs to turn that form around. 3 minus looks and 2 Gatting.
I've got number 6 on top here, Western Temple, from the 7 Rich Red, number 2 Gatting, and 1 Variation.
Final race of the day here at Belmont Park. It is a staying event over the 2,000 metres. Mark, some very different form lines. We've got some weaker provincial form lines, and then the ones around Rosewood Hill, which we know just stack up everywhere.
Absolutely, Adam. Capodoro is the horse we'll take a look at, and I'll tell you what, Connections will be happy that there's no Claire Bazaars or Rosewood Hills.
Capo Doro, and he sailed up to join I Done It. 2 lengths, Verdello Blue, Costa Zilch, Burgio, Rosewood Hills, Street Bandit. Capo Doro 200 metres out, but I Done It. He keeps on coming back. It's Capo Doro, a half a length, now 3/4. He's got I Done It beaten, but Rosewood Hills starting to cut him down. Rosewood Hills flying, he grabs Capo Doro, and Rosewood Hill finished.
Yeah, you're on the money there. They'll be much happier to see a bit of a weaker race here because Capo Doro has done nothing wrong but just continues to run into horses that are in very good form. As you said, Couleur Bazaar and Rosewood Hill, and Rosewood Hill backed those form lines up again last weekend, winning in a 78 plus event, ridden hands and heels on that occasion. Barrier 4, going to get a really nice run here. There should be good tempo in the race with the likes of Verdello Blue in this. I Done It as well. I think Capo Doro is going to be very hard to beat with Jared Noski on board.
Yeah, you'll get it back here, punters. Everything you've lost in the last 4 races, get it back here.
Declaring it.
Yeah, pretty much, Adam. I think it just wins. Number 10 there, Adam. You've got on top Schooner, this former Eastern States galloper. The 2 runs at Northam have been good. Interesting to see what he brings to town.
Yeah, I think the 2 runs have been very good, to be honest. Been impressed with the way this horse has attacked the line. Has won over 2,400 metres before, so the distance isn't going to be an issue. I think they'll get a lovely card up into this race, and I think it's one that you might be able to get some each-way odds about.
Adam, on top for you?
Yeah, Schooner for me to finish. From number 9, Jatumi, another one that will enjoy the conditions. Number 3, Verdello Blue, and 5, Capo Doro.
Adam, I've got number 5 on top, Capo Doro. I think he's one of the better bets on the card. From number 1, Burgio, 9, Jatumi, and number 6, Karalabek.
Time now to take a look at the best bets of the card, and Mark, I'm going to go with race 1, number 9, Street Fury, and I can't go past Variation in the Guineas.
Adam, Street Fury for me as well, and race 3, number 4 there, Carlicky Miss.
As we always do say, you can follow us on social media. You can see all of them on screen at the moment. Our YouTube channel, perthracing.com.au for all of our event information. On behalf of both of us, hopefully found you plenty of winners.